All right, here we go. So today's focus is abs, and I know all of you have done some Pilates, so it won't be a complete beginner, but it's the basics of really having another and deeper experience of what our abdominals are about in relation to really functioning in life. And we're using the Pilates system to mirror that. So just to begin with, I would like you up on your knees. And just kind of feel the weight of your body, and then think of falling forward. So what I want you to notice when you do that is not that you're falling, but notice what happens in your stomach. There's a point when you go that the stomach just kicks in and tightens up. And that's a very natural, normal mechanism, because the stomach is also acting, the surface muscles of the stomach are working as stabilizers, and they hold the back. So I'd like you don't necessarily have to go to the floor, but just go forward a few times like this and notice what's happening in your stomach area. So you want that feeling, because that's part of the abdominal area. Just one more time. And that's usually the surface band of the stomach, which is the rectus abdominis, and it actually pushes out a little bit. Good mechanism. Now, there are many, many layers. Normally when we just think of tightening our abs and pulling our stomach into our spine, and that is one function. And that's a function of what we call bending over. So if I'm bending over, I'm taking my ribs and my hips and I'm bringing them closer together. So I'm shrinking this area. So I want you to do that a few times and notice, if you can, what is actually tightening when that happens. Now, if you're very, very flexible in your spine, perhaps you only feel the spine opening, because that can be an issue for people with scoliosis or people with a very flexible back. So the back works, but the stomach's deactivated. So let's also be vertical for a minute and literally push your diaphragm down. So when you push your diaphragm down, it's like you're going in at the toilet and straining, or you're laughing, or you're coughing. There is this pressing down. Now, for those of you, if any of you cannot feel your stomach, but you only feel your back when you do this movement, I want you to push down a little bit. So you're not pulling your stomach in, but you're pushing down. In fact, it's good for all of us to do it, so you can start to differentiate this massive language that our trunk produces as it's creating all of these movements, because they're all functional movements. So you just want to be in touch with that. And what you want to be aware of, that there's a combination of the front of the body, the abdominal area, and the spine interacting. So another quality of what's available. Another one is literally lifting the rib cage up. So as you lift the rib cage up, the waist narrows and the waist goes in. So the obliques, everything starts to hug a little bit. So let's do that 5 times. Lifting, relaxing, lifting, relaxing, lifting, relaxing. See if you can get a sense of lifting and expanding as well. Relaxing. So again, it's really stomach and back that's interacting here. One more time. Lifting and expanding. Now, there's also this aspect of rotation. So let's put our hands on our shoulders just to keep them out of the way. Get a sense of being lifted up and rotate to one side. And notice the sensation around your ribs and around your waist, because there's a certain muscles that contract and move the rib cage in relation to the pelvis. So we'll do this a few more times. Rotate and rotate. And just notice what you're feeling. Where does it kick in? Instead of trying to think, oh, I must pull my stomach in, I must do this, I must do that. Do the movement and let the movement open up to you what is happening inside your body. because our body has so many aspects of a language. Now, this rotational aspect can also go down. So let's have you from here, you put one hand on the floor and you reach over to that side. So you brought your ribs over and down. So you're closing the ribs a little bit. And then do the same to the other side, closing a little bit. And again, and closing a little bit. Again, closing. So notice these are definitely the obliques because we're rotating and bringing the ribs downwards. And the other side. And then we can do the same thing. We can rotate and open. So we'll do the same movement, but expanding. Now the ribs are lifting and opening up. And rotating and lifting. Rotating and lifting. Rotating and lifting. Rotating and lifting. Last one, rotating and lifting. So many, many movements of what we call the stomach and the abdominals do. And I want us to have a very open understanding of all these different variables, because very often when people do a lot of contraction in the front, they over tighten the diaphragm and they actually create a problem with too much good, healthy work. We need the lifting and the lengthening and the rotation as well, so that the work provides a healthy body. That's ultimately the goal, no matter what your workout is. So now we'll start to do the preparation where we're rolling down to the mat. So right here we have this nice lifting mechanism, the nice long spine, and then start and just roll back a little bit. So now the ribs are coming down towards the pelvis, and the pelvis is curling up a little bit. Can you feel this front contraction? See if you can hold it and let go of your arms, and 5 times lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower. One more time like this, lift and lower. Now roll further down. So the pelvis is tucking, this area is contracting further. Can you pull your stomach in? So again, it's this curving over position. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. One more time like this, lift and lower. Now roll even further back, really deepening into the school. And this is our last one. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Now you can keep your hands off or hold. See if you can roll down, but keep the muscles lowering you. Lower down, lower down, lower down till you're lying flat. Now, right here, I want that lengthening. I want the diaphragm to lift and to stretch the whole abdominal cavity out, so you create the opposite stretch, but notice that it's still your stomach expanding. You're still reaching out and you're still lengthening. So nice long stretch in the whole body, and then bring the hands down by the sides, and we will start just the preparatory work. So in this position, check that your sacrum is flat. So you're not over tucked, you're not over arched. You positioned yourself in relation to your own sacrum, but now, how much length can you get in the waist? Notice that possibly your waist shrunk in just a little bit because of the nature of creating length in your body rather than sucking in. Keeping this nice, lovely shape, just lift and lower one knee. Lift and lower the other knee. Keep that nice length happening. First knee, other knee. So you're just looking to get that sense of support in the front abdominals and lift. Now, lift the arms up, and when you reach back, today I would like you to let the shoulders go and really expand. Get as much length and lift in the diaphragm as you can. If you're more advanced and you have the capacity, keep your ribs down. but let the rib cage expand. Bring the arms up, and now contract the rib cage as you lift. So that we're going two opposite directions, but it's almost like I'd like you to look at feeling everything right from your waist area and your navel. Lift up and scoop down, press your lower back in, but most important, ribs to sit bones. Reach back and up, curl in and down, reach back and up, curl in and down. Two more times, reach back and up, curl in and down. Now the hands will come down. Check your sacrum again, because it can get very easy for it to get tucked or arched. See if you can get a sense of length in the waist, and lift one knee up, lift the other knee up. Put the first foot down and the other foot down. And we'll repeat, up and up and down and down and up and up and down and down, up and up. Now you'll reverse your feet. So we take the other knee up and down and down and up and up and down and down and up and up and down and down. Last one, up and up and down. Now both knees at the same time. Can you do it without your pelvis changing shape? So quite a lot of qualities in the lower abs kicking in, and a lot of the stabilizer elements. And down, one last time, lifting and down. Now we'll add the arms and the legs. So right here, get the length. Your spine should be loosening up now, and your abs and trunk should be warming up, so you may have more space. So just take a moment and really stretch out the rib cage, because we all get contracted. Check where your pelvis is. So just tuck and curl and arch a few times to feel the position of the pelvis, and see where the longest place for you between abs and back feel right for you. Now, bring the arms up and curl in. So we're shortening the abs. Bring them back, reach back and up, curl in and down. Reach back and up, curl in and down. Reach back and up, curl in and down. Last one, reach back and up, curl in and down. Very, very good. So now we will be focusing on lifting the upper part of the body for the hundreds. Very interesting exercise, multiple variations. Today the focus is on the longest exhalation you could possibly give. Notice it'll create a deeper contraction. So we'll just start with the breath in. On the breath out, just hold this shape and breathe out as deeply as you can. Keep pushing the air out. Drop your head back. So we'll do that one 5 times. I want you to go beyond what you think you can do on the exhalation. Take the arms back. Bring the arms up and lift. Inhale and breathe out. Try to lift a little more and squeeze out even more. Again, inhale and exhale. Very good. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Really squeeze the air out. Get more air out, more air out, more air out. Last one, inhale and exhale. And relax. Now we add the pumping. I don't care how many pumps you do, but I want your focus to be on a deep inhalation and the deepest exhalation you can possibly get, because you want to activate the deep firing muscles in your abs and in your diaphragm. Very healthy for the lungs, very healthy for the stomach. Take your time on the exhalation. Don't rush it out. Do it nice and long. So I'll do 5. You do it at your own speed, but we want to get into this. And you'll stay up for the full time. So we will start together. Big breath in and breathing out. Here we go. I'm just breathing out. I'm pumping as much as I can. I'm just keeping my arms moving, but I'm focusing on this exhalation. And from this point on, you're on your own with how many pumps. Doesn't matter. You want the deep breath and a deep breath out. How slowly, how long, how extended can you make that exhalation? And it will force an instant inhalation. And again, exhaling. Keep doing it in your own rhythm. Keep getting more and more and more and more and more air out. And again, for me, and last one. And rest. So abdominals actually end up high in the diaphragm. And traditionally, this was very much a breathing exercise to clear the lungs of any stagnant air and strengthen the muscle of the diaphragm, both to contract and to expand. And it is a very, very good muscle to get its full capacity. Gives you strong lungs, strong heart, good, strong posture. So from here, we'll start our roll up. We're going to be starting from the floor, seeing we're here. Nice long stretch of the arms. Get that length. See if you can get more lean length in the abdominals because of the shape we're going into. And now curl up. Let's hold the thighs and peel off the floor. Now today, can you find your abdominals and make them lift you up and lift up very tall? And then start rolling back and scoop. Really see if you can find this band that we were waking up on the way down. But then give yourself length again. So you open out the diaphragm in between each contraction. And you'll start to feel how the abdominal muscles are pulling in and up because of the nature of the work. Not because your mind is saying, hey, gotta pull in and up. That's like the opposite of the direction that exercise should go. It should be the natural language of the body responding to a movement and firing because the movement is asking the need of the muscles to respond. To me, that's the ideal language of all these different workouts that we do. We're just waking up the natural body of the language of the body to be healthy and normal. And again, rolling down. And now stretch the legs out. Again, really stretch the stomach. Stretch the arms. Stretch the rib cage. Separate out and pull one leg and the other down. And reach with one arm and the other down. Because we're always looking to create a form of traction. Now, as we start to come up, see if you can firing into the stomach. Roll up. And keep the stomach pulled in as you stretch forward. And roll down again. So we're starting to just follow with our mind what's happening in the abdominals. Curl up again. Keep the belly in as you reach forward. Roll down again. Nice and long. Roll up again. And lengthen 2 more times. Roll down again. And roll up again. As much as you can, you're making the stomach do the lowering and the lifting. It's holding the weight of the body. And roll up again and stretch. Very, very good. Now, rolling back down to the floor. Because there's such a tightening when we do rolling motion, we did stretch out, but let's open up the hip flexors as well. So bend the knees. So you have, check your sacrum again, that is nice and long. And we'll do 5 bridges. So as you lift up, focus now on the hip flexors. That's really, some of the abdominals connect into these thighs, so we want to open them and lengthen them out. They can get too tight when we're just in that one shape. Rolling down again to flat. And again, rolling up, lengthening the thighs out, opening up the quads, leaning out the whole front body, and rolling down again. And lengthening out. Again, rolling up, lengthening the quads out, reaching the hands down, creating nice length in the front body. Rolling down again. 2 more times, scooping and lifting up, lengthening out, seeing if you can go even further, rolling down. This last one will hold at the top, just to check. So you want your hip flexors long. Now, see if you can lift 1 foot at a time to activate the glutes and the hamstrings, because they can get a bit sluggish when we're only focusing in the front body. And now, once you've activated them, use them to lift even further. Notice that we're creating length. We're not doing a yoga bridge, which is more about expanding the rib cage. Rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Very good work. Now bend your left knee in, keeping your back long, and extend your right leg out. So you have nice length. Your hands are by your sides and lift the leg up to the ceiling. So single leg circles, keeping your pelvis stable, and see which muscles you need to use in the front body to support the stability. And we'll start the circle, circling around the hip socket. Circling around the hip socket, circle and around, circle and around, circle and around, reversing it, circle, 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 circle. Now, nice long legs, long lean muscles, and just stretch the leg. Give it a little bit of a pull. If you want to, you hold here. Flex the foot to get more length. Keep lengthening in the abs, and now here's your chant. Nice, long, lean abdominals, the legs floating out of the socket as you come all the way down. Keep the hip flexors long and open, and bend the other knee in. So there's this dance between lifting up but not over tucking that you want to be very aware of. Lift the other leg up, nice and long, and here we go. Circle the hip socket. Circle the hip socket, circle the hip socket, and circle, and circle. You do as big a circle as you want in relation to staying very stable. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And now, nice long legs, giving yourself a good stretch. Flex the foot for an extra little stretch. And here we go, nice long lean body. Float the leg out of the socket, but keep the spine nice and long. So 5 faster roll-ups just for fun. Forget about thinking, just go up and down from the floor. Roll up if you can. Here we go, nice and fast. Roll up and stretch. Roll down and reach. Roll up and stretch. Roll down and reach. Roll up and stretch, roll down and reach, roll up and stretch, roll down and reach, roll up and stretch, roll down and reach. Lovely, lovely work, and roll up again. So next one is rolling like a ball. So yes, it's a lot of abdominals. Yes, it's to massage the spine. So we'll have some fun variations. So grab your shins. Start by lifting up. So you always want to find that space in the waist, but then contract again so the diaphragm and the pubic bone are moving in towards each other. See if you can stay with those muscles. How close can you get your feet in? So you're nice and tight. Without moving anything, 5 times roll back and forth. So roll back, roll up and balance. 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 Last one like this, rolling back, rolling up and balancing. Now, put your feet down for a minute. Now we'll check these abdominals because they're really the ones that should be working. So place your hands kind of here, doesn't really matter. We're looking to get the elbows and the knees close to each other. And you lift up. So you're kind of hugging your knees if you can. If you can, you keep your feet in. Just balancing like this should be a different experience. Now, keep the elbows and the knees together. Let's see another 5. Let's see what happens. Roll back. Roll up. Roll back. Roll up. Roll back. Roll up. 2 more times. Back. Roll up. Last one. Back. And roll up. And put your feet down. So a lot more intensity, I'm hoping you felt in the stomach. Now, let's go on our elbows. So when you're on your elbows, it's kind of a nice place to get this cradling feeling as well as activating. It's a little bit easier in a sense to really get connected in there. And let's bring the knees in. So we will do single leg stretches from this place. Notice that when you bring your knees in, the stomach drops even further towards the spine. So you want to get that nice feeling. Now stretch one leg out without losing it. Bring it in, stretch the other leg out. Every time you come back to here and stretch, come back to the rock and stretch. Come back to the scoop and stretch. Come back to the scoop and stretch. And now we'll alternate. Switch and switch and switch. Start to feel like the bow and arrow feeling. Pulling and pushing. 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 Bring both knees in. Nice rock in here. Put the feet on the floor. Lie down. Stretch out. Because that hopefully got some juice happening inside you. Now, keeping that juice, bring both knees in again and curl up. Can you find the same muscles you warmed up a minute ago for double leg stretches? So, big stretch. Don't lose it. Circle and in. Big stretch. Circle and in. Now we'll add the breathing. Inhale deeply. Exhale all the air out. Inhale. Exhale out. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Last one. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Put your head down and put your feet down. Take your arms to the side. Just to relieve tension, rock your pelvis back and forth a few times. And to loosen up the pelvis, open your feet a little wider than your own hips and drop both knees down. And lift both knees and drop both knees the other way. So you're rolling through your pelvis and notice the sensation in your waist. We're still activating the waist muscles, but now we're creating length in the obliques. 2 more times. We want all the abdominals kind of stimulated and working without being overly tight. And then bring your knees and feet together for scissors. Bring the knees in. Let's come back on our elbows again. So here we are on the elbows. Scoop. See if you can get that sense of really strong and firm abdominals. And lift your legs up. Now, the more you can bring the legs up, the more the abdominals contract in because of the nature of the movement. So one leg comes in towards you as the other leg goes out in double pulse. Scissor, 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 double pulse. Both legs up and bend. Lie down on your back, and we're going to do the same thing just to benefit the hamstrings, because that was more in the trunk body. Lift your legs straight up. Keep your head down to give yourself a rest. Hold one leg. Pulse, pulse. scissor, pulse, pulse, scissor, pulse, pulse, scissor, pulse, pulse, flex the foot, pulse, 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 pulse. Now fast, pulse, 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 pulse. Bend both knees in. Drop your feet to the floor a little bit wider than your hips and a few bridges. Lift the hips up, open those hip flexors. Roll the hips down. Lift the hips up. Roll the hips down. Lift the hips up. Roll the hips down. 2 more times. Lift the hips up. Roll the hips down. And last one. Lift the hips up. Lengthen the quads out. And lower everything back down. Again, bend the knees into your chest. Lift the legs to the ceiling. Lengthen your abs, and with your head cradled in your hands, lift your head up. So check that you're not straining the neck. Relax the head down. See if you can lift the chest a bit more. So now we're working upper abs and rib cage extensively. Lower the legs away from you. Lift them up. Lower the legs away. Lift them up. Lower the legs away and lift. Lower them and lift. 2 more times. Lower and lift. Last one. Lower and lift. Drop your head back. Bend the knees in. Keep them in the air and lift your legs up to tabletop. From here, curl your head up again and rotate one side, keeping the knees stable. Rotate to the other side. Rotate to the first side. So we're doing both qualities of the obliques right now. We're curling in towards the knee, but we're also opening out the elbow. So we're curling in and out, or in and out, in and out, in and out, and in and out. Bring the knees in, stretch your whole body out. Lengthen the abdominal cavity and stretch one foot and one arm at a time away from each other, so you really create this nice traction and opening in your body after you've done all that muscle work. Now, nice and long, roll up to a seated position for spine stretch forward. Now, many variations of spine stretch forward. We're going to do one that creates a deep contraction today. And before we go into the exercise itself, I wanted to share a way of training that will open up the back tendons and really create a contraction. So if you have your legs together, and if you have your head here, you are attempting to get the crown of your head between your thighs, not out there, but in. So you're trying to make as small a roll as you possibly can do. Where you get to is irrelevant. It's the intensity of trying to get as tight as possible. It will deeply open up your back and work into deep abdominals. If you're not sure what I mean, have a quick look. I'm pulling my chin in, I'm rounding, and I'm actually going a little bit backwards to get as tight a position as I can. Now I'm getting to my knees, but my goal is to get my nose to my navel. That's kind of the intention behind the direction of the work. Yes. So very nice. So let's all of us come up to an upright position, and we'll do 5 of these nice and slow. So big breath in, lifting. Breathing out, chin in, round your back and curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, and roll up again. Unravel your body and lift. So it's just really decompressing your whole trunk. Again, chin in, curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, roll back up, roll back up, roll back up, roll back up, and open. Again, breath in, and curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down, rolling up, rolling up, rolling up, rolling up, and lift, last one, and breathing out, curl, 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 and curl, rolling up, rolling up, rolling up, rolling up, and lift and relax. Whew. Actually, I have to share with you, this is a little technique from contortionist class to really get the back and the stomach, all the joints really mobilized. I found it very useful for people to get an idea of how to work spine stretch forward because it opens you up and also it just takes you to the next level. So keeping all those qualities, we're going to do it with the spine stretch forward with the legs out and flat. Big breath in. Just before you go forward, really focus on the waist. How much can you lift the ribs away from your hips? How tiny can you make your waist? And then how much more extension can you get into your upper back? Deep breath in and same thing. Down, 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 roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. And lift, and down, 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 down. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. And lift, roll down, 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 down. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Last one, roll down, 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 roll up, 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 up. Lift, hold this position. See if you can find more qualities kicking in. Can you balance out the sensation in your front body and your back body? Can you get the elongation out of your pelvis? Can you get the ribs lifting up? Can you keep your shoulders down? Relax. Good, good, good job. I hope you felt a lot of change coming in from that because we work the muscles a lot. Then we always need to stretch them out to get the next level of what's available and for us as potential talent. So here you are for open-legged rocker. Lean back. See if you can find that nice C-curve cradle position and lift your feet up. And we'll just start with the balancing. So one leg goes up and down, other leg goes up and down. First leg goes up and down, other leg goes up and down. First leg goes up and down, other leg goes up and down. Now both legs at the same time, both of them up. Bring them down, both of them up. Just pause, feel this position. And down. This next one, we'll let go of our hands. Lift up, can you let go? Just to feel the balance and the joints and come down. Now we're going into our balance rocking movement. So go up again. Get an awareness of the angle of your leg and your trunk because that's what you want to sustain. 5 times. Here we go. Rolling back. Rolling up, rolling back, rolling up, rolling back, rolling up, rolling back, rolling up, rolling back, and rolling up. Balance, bring the feet down. Good job. So, part of this abdominal is to be able to float the limbs off the trunk. So we're going to have fun with this next one and see what happens. Reach in and hold your ankles. Now, if you can, you stretch the legs out. But if that's too much, you go back to here because it doesn't matter because we're letting go. And now can we go back and up without holding on? Now we're really working everything. Here we go, 5 times. Roll up, hold. Roll back, roll up, pay attention to what needs to work. Roll back, just figure it out. That's really how the body learns. Roll back, roll up, roll back. I fell back on that one. Roll up, balance, hold, 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 hold. Grab your legs when you're ready. Bring the legs together. Walk down your own spine. Can you roll to the floor? Good job. So here we are with the hands on the floor for corkscrew. Let's make a little diamond shape today and place it right. Actually, I have my thumbs together and I cradle them around my sacrum. So my I'm kind of lifting the very bottom up. It provides more of a base for the pelvis and the sacrum into the floor. So just as nice support there. Keeping your back steady, circle the legs around the sacrum. Pause at the top. Reverse the circle. Pause at the top. Circle. Pause. Circle. Pause. Circle. Pause. And circle. Pause. And then bend the knees, and just for fun, because in more advanced work we do a lot of the hips lifting, can you lift your hips? Roll them down. Lift the hips. So notice it's a combination of back muscles, stomach muscles, even your arms, and down. 2 more times. Lift your hips. Lower them down. 1 more time, lift the hips, lower them down, put your feet on the floor for the bridges. So we're just kind of balancing our muscles out all the time. Lift the hips, roll them down, lift your toes up as you do this. So you really dig into the heels to wake up the back of the body. Because a lot of the floor work is based very frontally. 2 more times, and we want to activate everything. And down. Last one, lift, and down. Now stretch your legs out, reach the arms, pull the shoulders away from each other, stretch the hips out, and then roll up to a sitting position and stretch your legs out. And we will now be working into bending sideways and opening up the side ribs. So hands behind your head, nice lift of the head, nice lift of the stomach, flex your feet, rotate in one direction. So here we go. Now we're working into our obliques. Can we be lifted up before we bend over? Elbow to knee. Come back and center, lift, twist, elbow to knee. Up, 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 lift, and center. Relax your arms down. The next exercise will be saw, but we're taking a very specific theme, which is very similar to spine stretch forward when we really rolled into our own bodies on a very deep level. So to start, let's just take both hands on one side and just have a look at where your own knee is, because your goal is to bring your forehead to that knee. This hip stays down. So from here, first we start. So it's the same feeling like spine stretch forward, round and curl down, and make sure the shoulders are even to the floor as you roll towards your knees. So the hands are not doing anything dramatic. They're just helping you. Roll back up again, switch to the other side. Big lift. Your knees should be going more or less straight. Drop your head, roll down. Use your hands to leverage your rib cage, not to twist it anywhere funny. You're going straight down over that knee. Rolling back up. We'll do the same thing again. First side, twist. Curl your chin to your chest. Roll your head down to your knee. Roll back up. twist, chin to chest, roll down to your knee. And up. Center. Quick look at me because your head will be down. We'll do this again, but now you'll stretch your arms out. So just pause for a second, look down. I've gone down. Now I stretch the arms, but I stay with the ankle. So the hand going forward. If you really want to get good, you stretch it towards the little toe and the other hand goes back and come up. So that will be the theme. So we're using the trunk and then the arm. So here we go. Twist to your first side. Roll down the way you did. Now stretch your arms out and reach them in opposition. Roll back up. Twist to the other side. Roll down to your knee. Stretch the arms out. You can get it to the little toe direction, power to you. Roll back up. Twist to the first side. Roll down. Stretch your arms out in opposition. Roll back up. Twist to the other side. Roll down. Stretch in opposition. One more set. Twist to the first side. Roll down. Stretch in opposition. Roll back up. Other side. Roll down. Stretch in opposition. And roll back up. Good work. I hope your whole trunk is starting to notice that a lot of things are going on. Roll down onto your backs. And from here we roll onto the stomach. So now we're changing gears. Now, when we're on the stomach, the distance between the pubic bone, I'm just going to stand up, very important, this pubic bone and rib cage, you're looking for the length. We're looking for the front stomach length position. So let the pubis, almost it's like you're trying to get to the front of the pubic bone, not the lower part, the higher part. Get that into the floor and then lengthen your body out from there. So you want to feel the ribs pulling away and lengthening away from the pelvis. Now, swan prep. This is back work, not stomach work, but the stomach must stay long. Fingertips together and forehead on your hands. The legs are long. If you can bring your heels together without losing the pubic bone and pelvis, pressing into the mat, good for you. Extend the elbows outward and upward. Now lift them and just lift your head up. Lower back down. Lift up again. So we're stimulating the back muscles to start to do some work. Lift and lengthen the diaphragm forward and up and down. Lift and down. We'll do another 8 of these. Lift and down. 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 Lift. Elbows are lifting every time. 2 more. Lift and down. Last one. Lift and down. So we work the back muscles a lot. Extend both arms out. Karate chop. Little finger on the mat. Lift your head up and pull the diaphragm forward. So you're really stretching your stomach muscles out. Now pull the shoulders down your back and come up a little higher. So we want the elbows a little in front of the shoulders so we get this traction. The feeling is that you're tractioning your whole trunk, dragging it forward while someone's grabbing your heels and pulling them backwards. So we're opening the front body out and lengthening all of it. So nice long front body. Bend your right knee, 1 foot, and kick, kick without losing the traction. Other side, kick, kick, and long. First side, kick, kick. Keep that length coming out of the body. Kick, kick, and long. 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 2 more times. Here's 1, and this is the other. Kick, kick, and long. Now, lengthen even more. Put your hands on the mat and just lift a bit. We're not looking to go high. we're looking to go long. So if you can see my hand, I'm pulling them backwards to get even more length in this whole front stomach area, front chest, front neck, and then lower back down. Turn your head and we'll go into double leg kicks. So one hand and one hand behind your waist. Elbows go as low to the floor as you possibly can. Heels are together. Press your pubic bone and pelvis in and bend both knees. Kick, 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 and open your chest and lift. Other side, kick, 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 and here push the feet down, press your pubic bone down and lift your chest. First side, kick, 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 and lift. Other side, kick, kick, kick. Notice you're almost pushing your stomach out to make this happen. Kick, kick, kick. That's okay, because the whole trunk has to respond to the fourth last one. Kick, 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 and press. Good job. Sit back into your heels, stretch your back out, child's pose, lengthening out and releasing the back muscles. So just like stomach muscles can get worked and then we stretch them, back muscles get worked and then we stretch them to even them out again. Lift your head, walk your hands to one side, so we stretch out the side of the ribs in the back. Lift your head, walk to the other side, stretch the other side out. And now come onto your hands and knees. So we will start with the plank, front balance support. So right here, let's just first of all work the shoulders so we get aware of the shoulders. So 8 times up with the shoulders, down with the shoulders. As you do this, can you keep the trunk steady? So notice that your stomach is stabilizing in the waist area a little bit. A few more times. We're just warming up the shoulder girdle so it can be strong for us. Now, in this position, what you don't want is a round rib cage, but a long flat one. And now we'll work the stomach. You're not going to move the bones. That's the trick part. Can you release your stomach? Pull the stomach up. Release the stomach. Pull the stomach up. Just so you notice. Release the stomach. Pull the stomach up. 2 more times. Release the stomach. Pull the stomach up. Release the stomach. Pull the stomach up. So very important refined awareness, because the abs can work in all sorts of different ways. So you want the abs supporting your back. You want your weight nicely over the knuckles. Nothing changes. One leg back. The other leg back. Hold this position. The first knee comes in. The other knee comes in. Same side again. Run leg back. Other leg back, hold the position. First knee in, other knee in. One more time, first knee back, other knee back, hold, 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 and in. Now we'll reverse it. Other knee back, first, other opposite leg, stretch, in, and in. Out, and out, in, and in. Out, we'll hold this one, hold it, hold it, hold it, in, and in. Now, to further strengthen and stabilize the trunk, just take one leg back. And then take the opposite hand back on the floor first, and then lift them both up. And hold this position. And then bring the hands down. Opposite leg out, hand out, lift both limbs, and in. So you're really striving now, both first side again, lifting. You're striving not to have anything change in the whole trunk. And down, so the limbs are floating without the trunk flopping around. So it's just asking different muscle groups to kick in as stabilizers. And sometimes one side can be very different from the other. That's fine. And the other way. And down. Good job. Let's lie on our sides now for the side kick series. So today, let's start here instead of flat down. And we can have this hand by the waist area. So it just gives us a sense. No, let's rock a few times. So with the hand on the hip, press the hip down, let the hip come up. So we have a seesaw in our pelvis, and see if you can start to feel what can happen in your waist area, abdominal area. Now, take this hand away and do the same thing. It's a lot of pelvis work, but there's also a harmonic kicking into the stomach. Now, get to that point where the hips are even, right? Let's keep the hand here. Keep the body long. The big thing now is the length. You're not contracting, but you're creating stability. Open your knee, close your knee. Open your knee, close your knee. Keep the length in the ribs moving away from the pelvis. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. 2 more times like this. Lift. And lower. And lift. Now we'll add to this. The knee goes up. Can you lift the knee? Foot comes down. Knee comes down. Knee goes up, lift, foot comes down, knee goes down. Knee goes up, lift, foot comes down, knee goes down, knee goes up, lift, foot comes down, and knee comes down. Now I know you're not real beginners, so we're going to do something here. Knee and up, and then bring your elbow and your knee together. Foot, elbow and knee. So you want this seesaw feeling to work in the waist. Work it. Work it 2 more times. Lift and lift. Just to add that waist in. Very good. Now let's go down. So when we're down, we have 2 ways. One way is this long stretch, and the other way is evening out in the waist a little bit. So today, let's even out in the waist. So you're taking the hips out, and now extend the legs. So the area of the waist is almost lifting off. Maybe it's lifting off the mat altogether. Keep the other hand in front of you and keep this hip going out as you lift the leg. Lower it down. Lift the leg. Lower it down. Lift the leg. As you do it, don't let the waist shorten. The hip should not change shape at all. The feeling is that you're pressing the leg away from you. Very long. 2 more times like this. And 1 more time, lengthening it out and bringing it down. Check that you haven't lost. My waist is literally, you're trying to get the waist area off the mat by lengthening this hip down. And lift this foot up hip height and extend the toes. Very slight external rotation, and we'll come forward, 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 height of the hip, back, back, height of the hip. Forward, forward, back, back. Now as you do it, keep the rib cage from moving. There's a temptation to do this. Don't. So you will find that you can't go as far. We're just practicing the stabilizing of the legs. Forward, forward, and back and back. Bring the leg down, lengthen the hip out again if it got short. Lift the leg up for little circles. Circle, 2, 3, 4. Reach the leg out, 7, and reverse, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job. Bend the leg up in front. Get it as high up as you can and get the knee pressing as far out as your body's able to do. The leg on the floor, flex it strongly and see if you can get the heel pointing upwards and the toes downwards. Then lift the heel, lower it down, lift the heel, lower it down, lift the heel, lower it down, lift the heel, and down, and lift, and down, and lift, and down. 2 more times, lift, and down. 1 more time, lift, and now we'll do the circle. So lift the leg up, bring it forward and back. Circle the leg, circle the leg, circle the leg, and circle the leg. Reversing it, circle the leg, circle, 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 and circle. Lengthen the leg down and lengthen both legs out. Very nice and long. And lift both legs up at the same time. And down. Lift both legs. And down. Lift both legs. And down. Lift both legs. And down. Lift both legs and down. Now keep the legs there. Take your head down. Lift the arm and leg and down. Arm and leg and down. Arm and head, I should say. What am I saying? And down. Arm and head and down. So we're working the back and the obliques a lot. Now can we do arm and leg and feet? And down. And lift and down. And lift and down. 2 more times. Lift and down. Last one. Lift and down. All right, good work. Let's go to the other side. So here we are. The knees are bent. You're up. Put your hand on your hip. First of all, let this side of the waist get long, so you're stretching it out. Push the hip away. Stretch and contract. This side contracts. Push it away. Bend. Push it away. Bend. Push it away. So we're seesawing. Bend. Push it away. Last one. Bend. Push it away. Hold this position nice and long. Open your knee. Close the knee. Open the knee. Close the knee. Long in the waist and down. Lift that knee as high up as it can go and down. So your goal is to keep the pelvis steady, but also to get the knee up. So you can juggle a little bit. And 1 more time and down. Now we add knee to the ceiling, lift higher, foot and knee. Knee lifts, lift, foot and knee. Knee lifts, lift, foot and knee. Knee. Knee lifts, foot and knee. Knee. Knee lifts, foot. Now remember that hard one. Knee, knee lift. Here we go. 1 foot. Elbow and knee, foot. So you have a little bit of the seesaw action. Curl and long, and curl and long, and curl and long, and curl and long. Last one, curl and long. Bring your knee down, stretch your legs out, go down here, lift the waist, lower the waist, lift your waist, lower your 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 waist. Now lift your waist so the hip is long, and lift the leg, lower it down, lift it as high as it'll go, and down. See if you can do it without the hip getting short, and lift the leg, and down, and lift the leg, and down. Very good. Lift the leg, and down. 2 more like this. Lift the leg, and down. And last one, lift the leg, and down. Get nice length again. And now lift forward and back. So the leg is long and reaching. Forward, forward, back, Keep the waist lifted. Back, back. Forward, forward. Back, back. Forward, forward. Back, back. Forward, forward. Back, back. Last one. Forward, forward. Back, back. Have the leg nice and long in little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reverse it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bend this leg up. Get it as high up as you can and get the knee as far down as you can. The other leg is straight and the heel is turned out. And keep extending. Lift the heel. Lower it down. Lift the heel. Lower it down. Lift your heel. Lower it down. Lift your heel. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. Lift the leg. And down. Last one. And down. Now we'll go for the circles. Lift your leg. Forward, down, and back. And circle. And circle. And circle. And circle. Reverse it. Circle. 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 And circle. Good work. Extend both legs out and lift both legs. And down. Both legs lift. And down. Both legs lift. And down. And lift. And down. Last one. Lift. And down. Arms out. Arm and head. And down. 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 And arm and head. Now both, everything together, arm and legs, and down, arms and legs, and down, arms and legs, and down. 2 more like this. Lift, and down, and lift. Very good. And down. Good work on your backs. For single leg teaser. So your spine and your trunk should feel really activated by now. Check that the sacrum is nice and long. The spine is long. Just check how you feel. You want as much on the mat now, but from a long place, not a contracted place. The knees are together. One leg extends up without the knees separating. So your goal is to roll right up the middle, and you're going to lift your head and chest, roll up, and roll down. So one side of our abs can be quite different from the other. So just pay very close attention to your skeleton and how it feels, because you're striving to be rolling up and down the middle. Come back down and pause. Change your legs. Get a sense of where your skeleton is, and here we go. Roll up. Sometimes this can be a bit of a shock. Keep going, rolling up, rolling down, because one side can be considerably different from the other. Roll down. One more time. Roll up and roll down. Good work. Bend both knees into the chest. Now, arms over your head for the full teaser, and just do the best you can. Legs are straight. Legs go to 45 degrees. Keep them steady. Can you roll up? Roll down. Roll up. Who cares which abs you were using right now? You're just trying to get it done. They'll know what to do. And down. One more time. Roll up and roll down. Bend your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Very, very good work. Now, before we do our seal, we're going to do something called can-can, more to loosen up all of this area. It's more of an advanced one. I think Romana was the one who really added it in. So you want your back lifted and leaning back and your feet close. And first just rock the knees to one side. See how far down. So you're really rotating your whole pelvis. Come back and rock to the other side. So just this movement, we'll just do that again. And do it again. Now you're going to start rolling. So you're on one buttock and kick the legs. So that's the can-can part. So you go rock and rock and rock and kick. And rock and rock and rock. Kick. And rock and rock and rock. Kick. And rock and rock and rock. Kick. Good work. So just to wring out the body, wring out the joints, make us move in bigger way. Seal to finish, hands inside, lift your feet up. Now have a look at me for a minute, because before we do the claps, today I want you to also focus as you go back to take a moment to pause here, because this is the second part. So we're really practicing balancing up, balancing down. We'll clap at the bottom right now, but we'll take a pause every time we go back. So lifting the feet, let's do it together. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to your shoulders and hold it. Roll back to the top. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to your shoulders, hold it. Roll back to the top. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to your shoulders, hold it. Roll back to the top. Clap, clap, clap with your feet down. We're going to do 3 more. This time we add the claps at the top as well. So we really have to master the position. Let's go for it. So lifting your feet up, here we go. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to the top. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to your hips. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to the top. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to your hips. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back to the top. Clap, clap, clap. And come up to standing position for the final row. Let me adjust the screen. Very good. So just standing. You want yourself nice and long. Pilates stance. Lots of qualities have been woken up in your body. Bring your arms up in front of you and with your shoulders down. Just get a sense of this nice lift in your body. 3 circles. 1, 2, and 3. Reverse, 2, and 3. And as you go down, imagine pushing your head up to the heavens. So you're just getting longer, lengthening everything up. Just do this as a natural feeling. Circle, 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 reverse, 2, 3. And as your hands float down, you get even more tall and long in whatever way your body can give you. Now drop your head and roll to the floor. Roll down, let the arms hang just off the floor. Circle, 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 reverse, 2, 3. Now dangle here. Just let yourself fall. Let yourself relax. Let everything, just let go of the whole thing. And as you roll up, just make it feel good. So you're rolling up, rolling up, rolling up, stacking yourself up, standing tall again, lifting the arms up, very relaxed. Big breath in, reach, and as you breathe out, just relax the arms down. Just let yourself be vertical for a minute. Normal, not necessarily organized in any specific way, more like find out what does your body feel to you, because that's where you want to be living and getting your input from. So just take a note, feel yourself, take a deep breath in. I'm breathing out, let it all go. And thank you very much. You did great, fun workout. Thank you. And just a few notices at the end of this month. I'm giving a workshop, Unravel Your Body. It's a fascia workshop. It'll be 3 hours, and it will be available if you can't attend live and you're interested. You can always, there'll be a replay link available. And all the classes, also, I am still recording all the classes, but they're being kept in a private library. So if any of you want a replay of any class that you're not attending, or you want to revisit a class you really enjoyed, just send me an email and that will be made available to you. So thank you. I'm turning the recording off now.